Breaking thoughts from Mr. Tucker. Breaking thoughts from Mr. Tucker. Yeah, one of the things that gets me, it's like, what does it take? Who qualifies as a relevant speaker for our community? When I think of myself, Mr. Justin H. Tucker, one of the things, and this is not meant to be a jab, I think it's going to speak to lots of people's egos and sensitivity if they take it this way, but it talks about what qualifies people. And I look at some of the times the people that our community bands around as qualified individuals. Like, what qualifies a person? I think about myself. When we talk about experience, I really personify experience because I have lived experience. When I tell you I'm from the South Side of Jamaica, Queens, I grew up there. I went to PS 125. I went to PS 52. 155, that's 15 North Conduit, Kennedy Plaza. You can look that building up. That's off the belt. Like, that's authenticity. There's people that can attest to that. I got real memories there. I understand what that's like. I grew up going to Grand Projects in Harlem. I got pictures there, memories there. It wasn't a one-time vacation. No, that was like a monthly basis. What I'm saying is I can attest to being in different communities. Then I moved to Long Island. I know what that community is like. Gordon Heights ain't the best community in the world. Understand me? It's not a suburb where a lot of other people I do know, that's where they grew up, right? One of the things that kind of ticks me a little bit is sometimes when I look at the professionals that lead discussions in our conversations and community, in particular, is, we have a lot of individuals that when we talk about experience, they can't attest to that. They don't have that same lived experience. They didn't grow up in those communities. They don't know what that's like. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. If you didn't grow up there, you don't know what it's like. And what happens is some of us that didn't grow up in these communities, although we still identify as black, you go to an HBCU, you get enriched you get enriched in the culture. You start reading books. You're informed. And then you want to come back on the back end and try to charge people like you know better. The problem is you got to remember, you have people like me that while you came to an HBCU to become enriched with your culture, I was only thoroughly immersed in it. All right, I went to college just to extend my education and knowledge base. So in all actuality, I might be a couple steps ahead of you because you're getting enriched with your culture, which I already grew up in. I'm now getting prepared how to deal with the world. You are dealing with a culture view. I'm dealing with a worldwide view. It's a step ahead of you. It's not to say that I don't identify race, not to say that I don't identify culture. I've just already dealt with that. And worked it out, and I have an understanding of it. When it's just still digging in culture and in literature to understand, because you didn't have the same lived experience, and a lot of us don't. A lot of people, when you listen to them, you look at their backgrounds. Where did they come from? They come from one side or the other, meaning that they grew up in a black community where only black people. They grew up in a white community, and so their experiences are heavily influenced by that. I grew up in both, and I traveled and I read. Which is why I believe my argument is much more sound. And if you want to line it up, which is why I think it's much more undefeatable. I made that word up because I'm flowing right now, y'all. The beat just got me going. I'm sorry. I'm passionate. Something extra. Naturally passionate. I didn't have to go somewhere and get awoken. No shot, no jab. I didn't have to be awoken. Understand? I'm clear. Been clear. Remember, woke is something you do when you first get out of bed, baby. I've been out of bed. Been out of bed and moving around, all in it. When we talk about experience, my experience is not only as a child, even as a man, I remained living usually in the same community. So I have a lens of an adult and a child. Again, you have a lot of people that want to talk the talk, but they're not walking the walk. They live in communities that don't even look like the communities they're talking about. Their outreach is literally, I'll be honest with you, if you're a black person and you have no lived experience in the communities, you're no better than a white person because you don't know it either. You're just making it up. And in fact, you're using your race as a way to guide and make you be relevant. That's pandering. That's pandering. And Mr. Tucker does not do that. He does not pander. Check my resume, all right? When I worked with the community, when I worked in education, I worked at the Harlem Children's Zone, all right? College Success Office. That's it. That's the inner city, all right? When I left there, I worked with the Bronx EOC, Educational Opportunity Center. That's the inner city, the Bronx, baby. I wasn't working in Midtown. Wasn't working at NYU. Wasn't working at, one of the prestigious universities. Not to knock that, because that's dope. Those schools never want me. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it be good enough for them. And as I got older, I realized that's not the truth. The realize is people don't see the value in someone like me because I'm such an enigma. And that's why I'm doing this now. And that's why, young men, if you're listening, if you're listening for more than just a beat, I want you to understand that Mr. Tucker is the kind of man you need in your corner that can help you transform and elevate. I don't care where you're trying to go. As long as it's somewhere positive and upward, I can help you build that plane. We can fly it together. And let me tell you the beauty of flying with somebody. At least one of us will always have a parachute. I'll make sure you land safely. I know what it's like to fly alone. All right, but I'm still standing, baby. Got nothing but a chip tooth to show for it. All right. You know, but, and really, man, and I know that sounded a little heated. That's just a passionate heart, you know what I mean? With the segments that I'm going to be dropping recently about, thinking about MLK's nightmare, talking about, this recent, our first school shooting of the year, my frustration comes from, I'm tired of this and I want to do more. And I just feel like there's so many barriers, gatekeepers that keep me from doing it. And it's like, why? You need me. You need me. You need Iron Man. That was the first key piece to get the Avengers going. You need me. You always need that one man that gets the pieces going. You need me. No one else wants to do it. They're not talking about it. And if they do, I don't hear them. Challenge them to be louder. I'm doing everything I can to be louder. I'm only one man. I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm more than enough. And that's the message that I translate to others. You too are enough. And that's how it becomes effectual and grows. And one man creates a nation, a stronger nation. We need a rebrand. And I believe I'm one of the best, if not the best model. I'm not perfect. I'm perfectly flawed. Molded to perfection. Yes. Yes. If you want to support Just Inspire, number one, remember, like, share, subscribe. Just Inspire's podcast. Just Inspire Guys on YouTube. Also, if you're feeling generous, like I said, we're not getting any support from the government or any community support right now. We don't have any grants. We're not getting any of that. This is powered by one man and one man only, and that's the ambitious goal. But we could use your support. Go to shop.justinspireguys.com and get involved. You can buy some merchandise. All that revenue supports improving and maximizing Just Inspire's mentoring's message and getting us out there more. If you want to make donations, become a partner and help us in elevating this platform and growing what we're trying to do. You can subscribe and join our membership there as well. Please, you can also contact me. Email me, Mr. Tucker at justinspireguys.com. Love to talk. How can we collaborate? You need me to come into your school? Do you need some inspirational words? Talk to me. Follow me on Instagram at Just Inspire Guys. I'm sorry, at Just Inspire Mentoring. All right, guys, I'm out. One more time with the drums only. Hope this makes you feel inspired.